The Speckled Band. This adventure begins when one morning a young woman called Helen Stoner went to see Sherlock Holmes. The lady explained her story to Holmes, saying that years ago her mother died in an accident, so she and her sister lived with her stepfather, Dr. Roylott. Then Helen said that one night her sister had been hearing a strange whistle, and hours later she was dead. The last thing Julie said was, "It was the Speckled Band." Helen thought she may have referred to the handkerchiefs the gypsies who were camping near the house used to wear. Now, what the lady felt worried about was that she had to sleep in her sister's room, and that she had heard the same whistle Julia used to hear before she died. Afterwards, Holmes went to see Mrs. Roylott's lawyer to see her will. Dr. Roylott had inherited all of his rich wife's income, but if Julia or Helen Stoner married, they would get a large part of their income instead. That afternoon, Holmes and his friend Watson went to Stoke Moor to examine the bedrooms. In Julia's room there were two strange things: a bell rope and the ventilator, which were false. Following this, they went to Dr. Roylott's room, where there was a large iron-locked safe in the middle of the floor, and there was a stick with a rope on his bed. Having seen enough, Holmes made a plan. He told Helen to stay in her room and wait until Dr. Roylott went to bed. Only then she could light up a lamp and put it in the window to signal Holmes and Watson that they could come into the house. At 11 o'clock that night, Holmes and Watson received the signal and went to the house. Already in Julia's bedroom, the two men waited in the darkness for hours. Suddenly, when Watson heard a noise, Holmes lighted a match and began hitting the bell rope with a stick. Then they heard a dreadful cry and went to Dr. Roylott's room. There they found the man dead, and the bright yellow with brown speckled snake around his head. This adventure ends with Holmes explaining how he solved the mystery. Knowing that Roylott was fond of Indian animals, he thought that only a snake could pass through the ventilator and travel down the bell rope, arriving on the bed. The man killed Julia by making the snake go into her room and then whistling for it to return. Last night, Holmes hit the snake with his stick, which made it angry, and therefore it went back through the ventilator and bit its master.